Yeah, you're welcome back to my channel. And today we'll be talking about on an identification of your design tools in Pixellab and also the use of the tools. Now, if to show you a design tool right now, like the icon, will you be able to identify what that tool is as a beginner in graphic design? Nah, no, you won't. That's why I am here. I am making this video to help us understand the use and then identifying the tools wherever we see it and in our even in our artwork designing, so we won't get confused. Yes. So now, first of all, what are tools? What are your design tools? Now, design tools are physical resources or platforms or instruments used by designers to create, edit, and to make visual content. Yes, and to make visual content. These are tools we use. They are instruments, they are physical resources, like they are platforms we designers use to create, edit, and to make visual content. Now the number one now in the Pixel Lab app we have different kinds of tools. We have the text tools, the shape tools, we have the effect tools and the background tools. Yes. Now the text tools now is where you have your fonts, your edit, your copy to front, to delete, to back, opacity, color, texture, style, curve. There are just a lot of them. So we'll be taking them one by one, bit by bit to explain them better. Yes. And then we have your shape tool where you have your texture, you have where you select either your shape, which of your shapes you want. Is it triangle, is it cycle, is it square, is it rectangle, is it star? They are all available in the Pixellab app. Now going to your effect tool. Now this effect tool is normally used to edit designs. Yes, once you're done designing, you can use it to edit your designs because it has the content of your saturation, your hue, your vignette, your noise, and a lot of them, your stripes and a lot of them. Now your background tools now, this is where you pick your background from. Yes, this is where you pick your background from. Maybe you want your background to be a certain color or either a gradient, you go to your background tool. Now, if you want your background to be a certain, you've downloaded a picture or an image from Pinterest, you just go to your background tool. You'll see from gallery, upload you that image you want to be your background from there. Now you find your color, your from gallery, from camera, a lot of them, just a lot of them. You have your default backgrounds too in the app. So that these are just the basically four tools we have in Pixel app. Now, starting from the text tools, we have the edit. Now, this edit normally now you click on it to type what you want to type. Just click on edit. You see where the your keyboard will be introduced to you. You then type. Let's say you want to type. Let's say Victoria. You just go to your edit to you clear because there will be a default new text in quotes there. You just have to clear the new text and then type Victoria. After typing Victoria now you can choose to delete it. Yes, we then move further to the delete tool. You can choose to delete it. If you don't want it, you can choose to delete it. Now if you don't want it to be Victoria any longer, you can go back to the edit tool and change the name from Victoria to maybe YouTube channel. Yeah, YouTube channel. That's it. That's just how it works. Now after that, if you want to make a copy of your YouTube channel text, you would then tap on copy. There's a copy icon there. That is a use. It copies your items, either your shapes, your text, anyone. Yes. Now going further, you have your to front. Let's say you have a background already, and then you have a square shape or a circle shape on the background, and there's a text behind it. What do you do if you want to bring that text in front of that shape? What do you have to do? You will have to click on your to front tool. Yes, your to front icon. Click on it and automatically the text at behind the shape will be brought to the front. Now also we have your to back too. Now this is just like the opposite of to front. When you bring it to the front and you want to take it back to the back of that cycle shape, you will have to click on your to back to icon. Yes. Now going further, you have your position. Now I'm taking these things in order, in how they are placed in order. Going further, after the to back to, you have your position. Now this position now is used for, let's say if you don't want to stress yourself using your screen to drag the text or the shape to maybe a center or to a particular position or portion, you just have to use a position tool and then click to just adjust and then centralize, or to align. Yes, you use it. You can use it. You can position it to the left or to the right, or up or down. Yes, this is just the use. Now going further, you have your relative position. Now it is not easy for your eyes to to rule, or to understand, or how understand how the ruling is in your Pixellab app. Now you can't really calculate with your eyes to know where the center of the design is, the center of your background or your canvas is. So now your relative position now will help you. Let's say we are still in the text too. Now when you type your text, that's your YouTube channel in quotes. Now once you've typed your YouTube channel and you want to bring it to the center, to the middle, and it should be it should be adjusted above and below and by the side, you have to use your relative tool. There is a way you can do that. You just have to click to your centralized tool, and then it should be just centralized equally above, down, and the side. That's what it is used for. Now going further, you have your size. How do you want your YouTube channel to be like? Do you want it big? You want it small? You want it to be size 4, size 5? Going further, yes, that is the use of the size tool. That is the use of the size tool. You use it to increase your size and to reduce your size. Going further, we have your padding. Padding now, do you want your text to be by the right or by the left? That is just the use. You increase the left padding to the left. You find out that your text is moving to the left side, and when you increase the right padding, you find out that it is going to the right side. Yes. So going further, we have the color. You want your text to be red color, white color, purple color, blue color, any color that you want, depending on how it will be rhyming with your background. Now you go to your color tool. All are in the text tool. After your color, you have your texture. Now basically this texture is used for putting an image, yes, a particular image on your text. Let's say your text color is black or white. Now your texture tool or your texture icon, or what it is used for, you have to bring let's say you have an already made design or an already made effect design that you want your text to contain or have. You just have to go to your texture tool and then click on it, upload the picture you want your text to have, and then automatically it will change from that white color or any color you've placed it into that color to that effect image text you want. Going further, you have your opacity. Opacity now for Pixellab designers. If you don't know how to blur, you can use your opacity tool to blur. You just have to reduce the opacity so that it will not be so visible. It won't be so visible. In one of my videos, I'll be uploading to us and teaching us how to blur our objects, images, and so on and so forth. In one of my upcoming videos. So you just have to subscribe to my channel and then keep waiting for it, but it will be dropping soon. Now that's the use. You just have to reduce the opacity. If you don't want that object to be seen so visible, it should not be so visible, you just have to reduce the opacity size. Yes, reduce the opacity size. Going further, you have your rotate. How do you want your text to be like? Should it be upside down? Should it be this way? Should it be this way? Should it be this way? Yes, you use your rotate tool for that. Going further, you have your marks. Now the marks tool is not so it's not so basic. Yes, it's not basically used in your designs. But the marks tool now, let's say you have a cycle and you want to cut a part of the cycle and you don't know how to do it. You use your marks tool and then use some adjustments. There are some notes there, nodes that you can use to adjust it to the way you want it to be cut out. Let's say you have an image and you want it to fit in a cycle. You want it to fit in a cycle, in a particular cycle that you have a size already, and you want it to fit into it. Now you use your marks tool. There's a way you can cut it out to fit the body of the person should fit in the cycle. Going further, you have your fonts. What are fonts? Fonts are the styles of the text. Yes, the styles of the text. Do you want it to be slanty? Do you want it to be sans serif? You want it to be serif? You want it to be calligraphy? You want it to be orthography? You want it to be the Monterey family? Now these are all fonts I just mentioned. Types of fonts I just mentioned. Now that's the use of the font too. Now you go there and then you pick a font you want for your for your text. Going further, you have your style. Now in the style you find a B icon there. Now that B icon stands for bold. Yes, that is in that B icon for the style you have your bold, you have your italics. Italics now is where you want your text to be slanted, it should be bent by the right side. Yeah, by the right side. If you want it to be slanted by the right side, if you want it to be underlined too, you find it there. If you don't want it to have any of these and you've done it, you can undo it in that B icon too. Going further, you have your curve. How do you want your text to be like? You want it to be okay? Do you want it to be like this? Do you want it to be like this? Or how do you want it to be like? Should it be this way or this way? Now that's what your curve tool is for. Now you go further, you have your background. Do you want your text to have a background? Do you want it to have a rectangular background? Now that is what it is used for. You just put on your background effect and then it will display for the text. This is just for the text, basically for the text and not for the whole design. Going further, you have alignment. Now one of the principles of alignment of designs is alignment. In my previous video I mentioned that alignment. Now how do you want your text to be like? Should it be centralized? Do you want it to be right aligned? Do you want it to be left aligned? Now this is the use of alignment too. Going further, you have your spacing. We are using YouTube channel as our example text. Now you have your YouTube channel and then it is so congested and you want it to be fitting. You want it to fit a particular space and you want it to be a bit long. What is the spacing tool used for? You just increase the spacing size. You can increase and reduce the spacing size. Now when you're increasing the spacing size, the each word, each letters will have space. Each letters will have space. While you'll be giving O a space, you will be giving T a space. That's just it. Now this is for the letters. Now you can also give space for the words. YouTube and channel, they can have a very long distance space. There will be difference. Yes. Now going further, you have your line spacing. Let's say you have much more text. You have YouTube channel, you have Victoria Idoche, you have whatsoever. Just input your name there, all, and they are all aligned, centralized, or maybe right aligned or left aligned, and you want it to have space in between each words. YouTube channel should be a bit far than Victoria Idoche and so on and so forth. That is what your line spacing tool is used for. Going further, you have your stroke. Now what is this stroke for? It gives more visibility. It is let's say a design effect, a text effect. It gives it much visibility. It makes it more classy. Now when you write YouTube channel and you want it to have a stroke outside, you want it to have another effect or a kind of should I say a much text above, on top of it or on it. You want it to have some bubbling stuff around. That's what your stroke effect is for. It drags people attention to it. It's like, let me say, an emphasis too. It lays emphasis on a text. Going further, you have your shadows. Now these shadows, now if you want your text to have shadows, there are some dark stuff. If you want your text to have some dark shadow stuff, you can just do that there. Now you have your inner shadows. Now these inner shadows now will be inside the text. You can place any color there and then you reduce the depth and the blur. And you have your emboss. Now emboss now is a very, very specific and sensible tool. When you are designing and you want to lay emphasis on a particular text, now one of the tools you use to lay emphasis is your emboss. Emboss now will give it a kind of look to make it look thick, bold. Yes, it will make it look very bold and different from every other text. Now you have your perspective. How do you want your text to be like? What perspective? Do you want it to be by this view, by this view, or by this view? Anyhow you want it to be, like, your perspective tool is there for you. You just have to go there and then reduce and increase the perspective, and that's all. Then you have your 3D rotate. 3D rotate. You should know how 3D text are. Some kind of text having, let's say, some blocks behind it. Yes. Now 3D rotate. How do you want your text to be like? Should it be having this 3D rotate? Should it be having those effects behind it? Now you have your 3D text. Now if you want your this thing, your text to be in the 3D form, you go to your 3D text. That is what it is used for. You go there and then you do some touches on it to have your 3D text ready. Then you have your 3D shadow. That's the almost same thing as the shadows I spoke about. You just have some inner shadow, from inner color or light there. Now you have your reflection. Do you want your text to reflect below, or do you want it to reflect above, or by the side, or right side or the left side? Now that is what it is used for. Going further to the next type of tool, I said we have the shape tool. Now in the shape tool, we have three basic tool. You have your color filters, you have your erase color, and you have your eraser. Now your color filters, now that's where you adjust. Your shape tool can either be where you upload your image or you import your image. Yes. Or you import your shapes, either um square, circles, rectangle, and other shapes you want to mention. Now in the shape tool, this is where you import your image. Now if you want your image color to have less opacity, there is a tool there. Yes, there's a tool called the color filter. Now the color filter now will help you adjust your image to fit with the background. Yes, it will help you adjust your image to fit with the background. After that, let's say you want to remove the background um of your image, and you can't do it, you don't know where to do it from. What do you have to do? Necessarily you have to go to your erase color. Now when you go to erase color, there now you have to use your eraser from the erase color tool or icon to clear the background, but I won't advise that for you. Yes, automatically you can remove the background by just selecting a particular color you want to be out of the image, but that is not still advisable. Now if you want to, but it works out for a black and white, or a basically two color image. Let's say you have an image that is completely black and the background is white. Now this erase tool works perfectly for this kind of images. You just have to go there and on it and either select maybe which color do you want to be out. Do you want the white color to be completely out or the black color to be completely out? And that's what you just do. You just have to go and on it, on the effect, and that's all. And you have your eraser. Eraser now is used for cleaning. Yes, you clean. You should know what erasers are. Eraser is used for cleaning. You just have to use it to clean a particular portion or part you don't want in your text, or you don't want in your image, or you don't want in your shape. Just have to clean it. And now in the eraser too, you have it has some blurry effect. Let's say you have a shape and you want the edge of each of the shape to be blurred, and you go to your eraser tool and then increase the blurring um should I say object, yes, or yeah, blurring object to blur the edge. You place it there and then use your hand to blur the edge. Now we go to the background tool. Now with the background tool, you have your color, you have your transparent, you have your image size, you have your crop, you have your image, you have your from gallery, you have your from camera. Now first one is your color. Now do you want your color to be your background color? Your background should have a white color, a yellow color, a pink color, a purple color, and that is where you click. Yes, that is where you just click. Now going further, you have your transparent. Now do you want your design or your logo to be transparent. You don't want it to have background. You should, like, when you say transparent in a design language, that is your PNG. It's your PNG file. Now it doesn't have background at all. The background is off completely. You don't have a background. It will just be what you want to be saved without a background. Now your image size, your image size now is used to adjust a design an image size. You adjust it, maybe small, big, just as what you want to satisfy your need. Yes. Now you have your crop. Now your crop is used for let's say you want yes, this is my body now, and you want this part of my body to be cut out. Yes, let's imagine this, I am a photo and I am an image now, and you want just my neck to be available. Now you use your crop tool to crop out here, and automatically here down is out. It should just be my neck. Yes, that's just the use of the crop tool. Now you have your image. Now the images that are displayed to you there are the default images that came the with the app. But I don't mostly use those images. I just mostly go to Pinterest and then download the images I want to use. Now after downloading these images I want to use, how do I upload it to my Pixellab app? After the image tool, we have your from gallery tool. Now this your from gallery tool is a tool that you use to import images from your gallery to the app as a background. Now after that, you have your from camera. Do you want to snap a picture? Do you want to snap a background to use as your background? Do you want to snap an image presently or live to use as a background? That's what the tool is for. And then the next type of tool we have is your effect tool. And this effect tool, as I said in the beginning, these are tools you use after you are done designing. And you have your rotate, you have your vignette, you have your noise, you have your stripes, you have your brightness, you have your contrast, you have your hue, and you have your saturation. Now the rotate, how do you want your design to be like? Should it be this size? Do you want it to be outside down? Do you want to be upside down? Just anyhow you want it to be like. That is the use. Now your vignette, if you want your design, your end product design, if I would say, to have some kind of a color by the edges. Now that is the use of vignette. Now noise, if you want it to be noisy, if you want to see some effects of some should I call it particles of stones? Not really stones, but it should be looking like some stone effect on the design. Now that is what it is used for. If you want it to have stripes like lines by the side, you can do that there. You can also reduce and increase the number of stripes you want it to have. And you have your brightness. Do you want your design to be more brighter than it is initially? That's what, or you want it to be less brighter than it is initially? Do you want it to be contrasted? Do you want to increase what would I say about contrast now? Do you want to increase its look? From the brightness, now you have your contrast. Do you want it to look more sharper? Do you want it to look more effective than the way it is initially? Now you have your hue. Let's say the background you used was a blue color and you want it to be changed to a pink color. You go to your hue and then increase the hue or decrease the hue to get a particular color you want. And you have your saturation. Do you want your background to be completely black? Do you want it to be more reddish? Do you want it to be more bluish? Do you want it to be more pinkish? Now this is just what it is used for. Thank you very much. In the next video, we'll be doing a practical section of what we've learned about the tools and how to use the tools. Thank you very much. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time. I love you all.